hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content on the channel is going to be spoiler heavy. However, one thing I am going to try doing is I'm going to try doing more anime discussions and more novel discussions. That way there's more content on the channel that isn't related to the manga directly, that isn't going to actually spoil you on future events. So I thank you for your support. I thank you for your patience. But with all that being said though, if you're still here, I am assuming that you've already read the Boruto manga and you are okay with me talking about spoilers. So after reading the last Boruto chapter, there's something that's really kind of just been itching at me at the back of my head, which is the fact that we're in a situation to where I really feel like they're setting up Sasuke versus Borutoshiki, and I think it's something that is painfully obvious when you look at this Sasuke interactions with Ishiki in this rematch battle. We've not really seen Sasuke do much of anything. I know the jokes are out there that Sasuke's chakra is missing, Sasuke's chakra's on a milk carton. I know I've made some of the jokes myself, I've made memes about it, but it seems very interesting to me that we've seen Naruto do a lot more heavy lifting in this rematch against Ishiki from the jump, and we haven't really seen Sasuke do much of anything. Now granted, we've seen Ishiki put his foot on Sasuke's neck, knock this dude through an entire boulder. We've seen Sasuke having to run a few times. We've seen Sasuke use a Chidori, but we've never actually seen Sasuke fully cut loose, and I don't think that that's by mistake. I know people have made the jokes like Sasuke's Vegeta. Hell, I made the jokes myself that Sasuke's looking at Naruto saying, "Loser, you're the best." I make the jokes myself. However, I think the reason why they're doing this is that we're going to be in a situation where there's potentially a dual fight between Borutoshiki and Sasuke, and then the other fight that you have is going to be Naruto fighting off Ishiki to try and prevent him from putting the karma seal on Kawaki. I think that this is a really nice zinger that they're building into this. So the other thing is that when you look at the other foreshadowing that's been set here, one thing that we've definitely had is the fact that Sasuke has looked at Boruto in the past. He's told Boruto, like, look, you know, I knew that Momoshiki did something to you, but I didn't know exactly what it was that he did. And Sasuke even has a line where he says, that seal that's on your hand, that's not a normal seal. The moment that something goes wrong, you need to tell me, because I, with my Rinnegan, I was the only one who could actually see that conversation that you had with Momoshiki. And what I like about this right here is that they've been building towards this for a very long time, going all the way back to the versus Momoshiki arc, because you've seen it how Sasuke feels a certain level of responsibility for Boruto. That's why I've joked a few times saying, hey, Boruto's really Sasuke's other child. Sasuke's just put a genjutsu on his head to keep his hair from being black, so he turned it blonde. Like, that's all the reason why, because I really feel like that relationship between Sasuke and Boruto, I really feel like Sasuke looks at Boruto not just as Naruto's son, but also as the son that he never had, or his opportunity to be a big brother figure to Boruto, much in the same way that he wanted Itachi to be for him. So I think that this is interesting right here, that they've been building towards this moment since that far back, and then they're kind of bringing it slowly into our faces, where in this arc right here, you have it where Sasuke is looking over at Boruto and they have that private moment to themselves away from Naruto, and they say, like, look, if it ever gets to a point where you're going to be taken over by Momoshiki, I'll do my duty as your master. I'll kill you before that happens, because I know you're terrified of hurting the people you're caring about. I know that you're terrified of losing your existence, and I don't want that for you. And I really feel like to a certain extent, Sasuke was projecting some of his own fears that he had when he went to give his body to Orochimaru. That was always a possibility. What if Orochimaru found a way to overpower Sasuke? Sasuke, a small portion of him would cease to exist. A small portion of him would only exist inside of Orochimaru's consciousness, but he would lose his body altogether. Now, it didn't turn out that way for Sasuke, but for the character of Boruto, Boruto has no other plan B. This is a definite situation for him, and honestly, it's cruel. is cruel because Boruto's in a situation where he's actually maturing and he's growing, and I think that this is a really good opportunity for Sasuke to make good on that promise to Boruto. Now, I don't think that Sasuke is going to kill Boruto, but what better way to actually show off the fact that Boruto's body has progressed to 80% of the karma seal to be able to have Boruto Shiki battle against Sasuke and actually do well against Sasuke, because Sasuke, number one, he's not at full power because he's already used that space-time ninjutsu to teleport himself in Naruto, which we know from Kishimoto's own writing in Naruto Gaiden, just using that ability to teleport takes a lot of his chakra. And now you're in a situation where Sasuke, he said that he's gonna go full out against Boruto, and yet at the same time, because of that relationship, it could be a scenario to just like with Jiraiya versus Naruto, where Naruto goes into his foretell state. Jiraiya has to fight seriously, but at the same time, he can't bring himself to unleash his true power against his student because he does not want to kill his student. I could see that emotional attachment there because Sasuke is a stoic figure, and yet at the same time, Sasuke is one of those people, when he loves hard. And I could definitely see Sasuke's emotions kind of getting in the way to a certain extent, because there is a good bit of protection and familiarity that he feels towards Boruto. I definitely think that this has the potential to be a very emotional moment in the franchise and in the series if we get a scenario like this. However, I want to know from you guys, do you guys think this would be good writing to have Sasuke go up against Boruto Shiki? And if it happens, do you think that Sasuke, even though he's not at full chakra level right now, do you think that Sasuke should do well against Boruto Shiki and not have to use all of his power to bring him down? And do you think that this is the reason why we've not seen Sasuke's true power being unleashed in this battle against Ishiki? Do you think this is why they've basically ridden Sasuke out of a majority of the fight in order to give Sasuke that opportunity to where he's fighting in a restrained manner against his student? This is a very Masashi Kishimoto-esque thing to have Kishimoto kind of write a scenario like this to where you're seeing Sasuke fight, but Sasuke's holding back, and that emotion starts building up in that fight. If this happens, that's definitely going to fall on Ikimoto to convey those emotions very well, because that's one of the things that Kishimoto has a penchant for in his fighting, allowing the actual fights to tell a story themselves. This cannot be the same thing, punch kick, Shidori in the case of Sasuke, and then maybe the occasional sword swipe. This has to be something done very brilliantly. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, but as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching on to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.